Chosen one, there is a reason your spirit has felt restless lately. There is a reason your energy shifts every time Sunday approaches. You tried to ignore it. You tried to convince yourself that it was only stress, only emotion, only exhaustion. But deep down you know something is different. Something has been watching your growth. Something has noticed your transformation. And this Sunday, the atmosphere around you will not feel normal. The people around you may smile, they may speak kindly, they may pretend everything is peaceful, but your spirit will sense the hidden tension. Because when a chosen one begins stepping closer to purpose, darkness does not stay silent. It reacts, it studies, it searches for weakness. And right now you are standing at a dangerous spiritual crossroads where one decision, one conversation, one distraction could either elevate your destiny or delay it. Why, you were never meant to live an ordinary life. That is why your path has always felt heavier than everyone else's. While others moved easily through life, you were tested, betrayed, misunderstood, isolated. You kept wondering why people turned against you without reason, why fake friends appeared suddenly, why relationships collapsed just when you started becoming stronger. But the truth is simple. Your presence carries light, and light exposes what darkness once hidden. Most people never understand the battle surrounding a chosen one because they only see the physical world. They do not see the spiritual resistance. They do not see the silent attacks on your confidence, your peace, your focus, your energy. They do not understand why you feel drained after entering certain rooms or speaking to certain people. But your soul understands. Your intuition has been trying to warn you. This Sunday is important because energies shift when a chosen one is close to breakthrough. Before elevation comes confusion. Before clarity comes attack. Before blessings appear, distractions multiply. Pay attention to the sudden emotional pressure you feel. Pay attention to the random arguments, the strange dreams, the unexpected delays, the urge to quit, the exhaustion that seems to come from nowhere. These are not coincidences. The enemy attacks most aggressively when your future is near, and many chosen ones lose their blessing because they mistake spiritual warfare for ordinary life problems. They give up too early. They trust the wrong people. They open doors that should have remained closed. They share visions with people who secretly pray for their failure. You must understand something powerful today. Not everyone celebrating with you is happy for you. Not everyone checking on you has pure intentions. Some people are spiritually disturbed by your existence because your growth reminds them of their own emptiness. Your peace irritates broken souls. Your discipline exposes lazy minds. Your healing threatens toxic people who benefited from your pain. That is why attacks increase when you begin loving yourself, protecting your energy and walking away from manipulation. The moment a chosen one stops begging for acceptance, their power becomes dangerous to low vibrations. And this Sunday, there may be someone watching you more closely than usual, someone studying your reactions, someone hoping to pull you back into old emotions. Be careful. The enemy rarely attacks through strangers. Most attacks come through familiar faces, through emotional triggers, through guilt, through temptation, through people who know exactly how to reach your heart. The danger is not always physical. Sometimes the greatest danger is allowing someone access to your mind again after you fought so hard to heal. You have survived things that should have destroyed you. Never forget that. There were nights you cried silently while everyone believed you were strong. There were moments you almost gave up because the pressure became unbearable. You smiled in public while fighting battles nobody could see, and still, you survived. That is not weakness. That is spiritual endurance. Chosen ones are built differently because their assignment requires uncommon strength. But strength alone is not enough now. Discernment is necessary. Wisdom is necessary. Silence is necessary. This Sunday, do not ignore your intuition for the sake of politeness. If your spirit tells you something feels wrong, trust it. If your energy changes around someone, pay attention. If you suddenly feel drained, anxious, or emotionally heavy after speaking to a certain person, understand that energy transfer is real. Not everyone carries peace. Some people carry chaos into every room they enter, and because chosen ones are naturally empathic, they absorb energy deeply. That is why protecting your mind is not optional anymore. You cannot keep entertaining negativity and expect spiritual clarity. The enemy knows your heart is pure. That is why manipulation often works against chosen ones. You always try to see the good in people. You forgive quickly. You give second chances. You carry compassion even after betrayal. But listen carefully. Compassion without boundaries becomes self-destruction. This Sunday, someone may attempt to reopen a door you already closed. An old connection, an old habit, an old version of yourself, and it will appear harmless at first. That is how spiritual traps work. They never look dangerous in the beginning. They arrive disguised as comfort, nostalgia, pleasure, opportunity, or emotional attachment. But you cannot afford to return to places your soul already escaped from. The version of you that cried over rejection is gone. The version of you that tolerated disrespect is dying. The version of you that doubted their worth is being replaced by someone spiritually awakened. And not everyone can handle your transformation. Some people only loved you when you were broken because your weakness made them feel powerful. But now your energy has changed. Your eyes see differently. Your spirit feels sharper. Your silence carries authority. And people can sense it even when you say nothing. That is why spiritual attacks become more intense before breakthroughs. The enemy wants you distracted before elevation. Imagine reaching the door of your destiny after surviving years of pain, only to sabotage yourself because of one emotional decision. That is why this message matters. Sunday is not just another day for you. It is a test of awareness, a test of emotional control, a test of spiritual discipline. Protect your peace this Sunday. Not everyone deserves access to your energy. Stop explaining yourself to people committed to misunderstanding you. Stop shrinking your spirit to make insecure people comfortable. Stop reopening wounds just because loneliness makes toxic connections feel familiar. Chosen one, your loneliness was never punishment. It was preparation. Isolation taught you discernment. Silence taught you self-awareness. Pain taught you resilience. Betrayal taught you boundaries, and now you are entering a season where your spirit must become stronger than your emotions. There is also another reason you are in danger this Sunday. Your light is increasing. And whenever light increases, hidden enemies become uncomfortable. Some people around you secretly compare themselves to you every day. They smile in your face while competing with your energy in silence. They watch your progress carefully. They notice your confidence returning. They notice your peace becoming stable. They notice opportunities slowly moving toward you. And jealousy is dangerous because jealous people do not always attack openly. Sometimes they sabotage quietly, through negativity, through gossip, through discouragement, through planting doubt inside your mind. Be careful what voices you listen to this Sunday. One negative conversation can shift your energy if you are not grounded. Some people only speak fear because fear controls them. They project their limitations onto others. They cannot imagine greatness because they abandoned their own potential long ago. But you are different. Your spirit was designed for more. That is why average environments make you uncomfortable. That is why your soul keeps craving deeper meaning. You were not born to repeat cycles. You were born to break them. And breaking cycles comes with resistance. Do not be surprised if this Sunday feels emotionally intense. Chosen ones often experience spiritual pressure before divine movement. You may feel unusually tired. You may feel emotional memories resurfacing. You may feel people acting strangely around you. Remain calm. Observe everything. React slowly. Not every battle deserves your energy. Some people want access to your emotions because emotional reactions weaken spiritual focus. The strongest response this Sunday may be silence. Silence terrifies people who expected access to your emotions forever. Remember how many times you were underestimated. Remember how many people thought your kindness meant weakness. They never understood that your silence was restraint, not fear. Chosen ones often stay quiet because they see deeper than others. They recognize that energy is precious. Every argument steals focus. Every toxic attachment drains purpose. Every distraction delays destiny, and your destiny is too important now. There is greatness attached to your life, even if you cannot fully see it yet. That is why your journey has been unusually painful. Great purpose attracts great resistance. The enemy does not waste attacks on people who are spiritually asleep. The strongest battles are reserved for souls carrying influence, healing, wisdom, and transformational energy. Your survival alone is proof that your existence matters. Think about everything that tried to destroy you. The betrayals, the heartbreaks, the isolation, the depression, the anxiety, the moments you almost gave up. Yet somehow every attack failed to finish you. Why? Because your story is protected by something greater than fear. Your life carries assignment. Your pain carries meaning. Your survival carries power. But this Sunday you must move carefully. Do not allow temporary emotions to create permanent damage. Do not respond impulsively. Do not trust appearances. Some things will look attractive while carrying hidden destruction. Some people will speak sweetly while carrying toxic intentions. Some opportunities will appear exciting while secretly pulling you away from alignment. Discernment is your protection now. There are also spiritual attacks that happen internally. Negative thoughts, self-doubt, overthinking, fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of being alone forever. Understand this clearly. Many chosen ones are attacked mentally because the mind controls direction. If the enemy can control your thoughts, your actions become easier to manipulate. That is why protecting your mental space this Sunday is essential. Watch what you consume. Watch what conversations you entertain. Watch where your attention goes. Energy flows where attention moves. You are entering a season where discipline matters more than motivation. Motivation changes daily. Discipline builds destiny. Even when tired, keep moving. Even when misunderstood, keep healing. Even when lonely, keep protecting your peace. The reward for spiritual discipline is transformation, and transformation scares people who benefited from your old identity. Some people will never clap for your healing because your healing ended their control. When you were insecure, they felt superior. When you were broken, they felt needed. But now you are becoming emotionally independent, spiritually aware, and mentally stronger. That shift threatens toxic people, so they may try to pull you backward emotionally this Sunday. They may remind you of old pain. They may trigger guilt. They may suddenly appear after disappearing for months. Not because they changed, but because your energy changed. Protect your future from familiar distractions. Chosen one, there is a reason your spirit feels this warning so deeply. Your breakthrough is near, and right before breakthrough, life often becomes spiritually noisy. Confusion increases, temptation increases, emotional pressure increases, but chaos is not always proof that things are falling apart. Sometimes chaos appears because hidden chains are breaking. You are not who you used to be anymore. The old you tolerated too much. The old you ignored red flags. The old you stayed silent while suffering internally. But now your spirit refuses to settle. Your intuition has sharpened. Your awareness has expanded. You can feel energy before words are spoken. That is not imagination. That is spiritual sensitivity. Use it wisely this Sunday. Not every invitation deserves acceptance. Not every message deserves response. Not every connection deserves reconnection. Learn the power of selective energy. The more valuable your spirit becomes, the more carefully you must guard access to it. Even your presence carries influence now. People feel your energy before you speak. Some feel peace around you. Others feel exposed around you. Both reactions reveal something important. And never forget this. Darkness studies consistency. The enemy watches patterns. If certain environments weaken your peace every time, stop returning there. If certain people drain your spirit every time, stop giving unlimited access. Loyalty should never require self-destruction. You are being called higher now. This Sunday may reveal truths you were avoiding. You may finally see someone's intentions clearly. You may recognize manipulation you ignored before. You may realize that some people were assigned to delay you, not support you. Accept the truth without fear. Spiritual growth requires painful clarity sometimes, but clarity is freedom. The dangerous thing about chosen ones is that once they fully awaken, they become unstoppable. That is why attacks intensify before awakening becomes complete. Fear wants to keep you small. Distractions want to keep you confused. Toxic attachments want to keep you emotionally dependent. But your soul wants freedom, and freedom requires separation from anything poisoning your spirit. Othi, do not mistake isolation for abandonment. Sometimes separation is protection. Sometimes closed doors are divine redirection. Sometimes delays are preventing destruction you cannot yet see. Trust the process even when you do not understand every detail. Your path is unfolding beyond what your eyes can currently recognize. This Sunday, focus on your inner world. Protect your thoughts. Protect your energy. Protect your peace. Pray if you need clarity. Sit in silence if you need answers. Distance yourself from chaos if your spirit feels heavy. You do not owe constant access to anyone. You are not difficult to love. You are difficult to control. And there is power in that realization. Many chosen ones spent years shrinking themselves to avoid making others uncomfortable. But your spirit was never designed to live small. You were designed to inspire, heal, lead, create, transform, and awaken others. That assignment requires courage. It requires discernment. It requires separation from environments that weaken your soul. The danger this Sunday is not only external. It is internal compromise. It is forgetting your worth for temporary comfort. It is abandoning your intuition to satisfy emotional cravings. It is returning to cycles you already outgrew. Do not betray your healing for familiarity. You have come too far to lose yourself now. There are blessings waiting for you beyond this season of pressure. Peace is coming. Alignment is coming. Real love is coming. Genuine support is coming. But first, your spirit must release what no longer belongs in your life. And release can feel painful because humans naturally fear endings. Yet every ending creates space for transformation. Chosen one, your future self is depending on the decisions you make this Sunday. Stay alert, stay grounded, stay emotionally disciplined. The energy around you is shifting for a reason. Something powerful is unfolding behind the scenes of your life. What once blocked you is weakening. What once controlled you is losing power. What once confused you is becoming clear. And the people who underestimated you will not understand how you survived everything designed to break you. But you will know. You will remember the nights you fought silent battles alone. You will remember choosing healing when revenge felt easier. You will remember protecting your peace while others mocked your growth. You will remember walking away from toxicity even when your heart struggled to let go. That is real strength. So if your spirit feels warning this Sunday, listen carefully, slow down, observe, protect your energy. Not every smile is genuine. Not every opportunity is aligned. Not every emotional pull deserves your attention. Your destiny requires focus now. And one more thing, chosen one, the reason darkness fears you so much is because despite everything you endured, your heart still carries light. You still believe in purpose. You still carry compassion. You still dream beyond your pain. That makes you dangerous to every force designed to keep humanity spiritually asleep. Do not dim your light now. This Sunday may test you, but it will also reveal your strength. And when you pass this test, you will step into a version of yourself that no longer begs for validation, no longer fears loneliness, and no longer ignores intuition. You are awakening, and awakened chosen ones cannot be controlled. Chosen one, the reason this Sunday feels different is because your spirit is standing near a powerful breakthrough that is about to change your life forever. Deep inside, you can already feel the shift happening. The pressure has increased, your emotions have become heavier, and your mind has been fighting battles that nobody else can see. This is not happening by accident. Whenever a chosen one gets closer to transformation, spiritual resistance becomes stronger. The closer you move toward your purpose, the more intense the attacks become. That is why this Sunday carries unusual energy around you. Something in the spiritual realm recognizes that you are evolving, healing, and stepping into a higher version of yourself. For a long time, you questioned why your journey has been so difficult compared to others. You wondered why betrayal followed you, why relationships suddenly collapsed, why fake friends appeared in your life, and why loneliness became part of your story. The truth is that chosen ones are never given ordinary paths. Their lives are shaped through pressure because pressure creates strength. Every painful experience was preparing you for the transformation that is now beginning to unfold. But before breakthrough arrives, confusion often appears first. Emotional attacks increase, doubts become louder, negative thoughts become heavier. People from your past may suddenly return. Old temptations may try to pull you backward. These are tests designed to distract you before elevation. This Sunday, you must pay attention to your intuition more than ever. Your spirit can sense things your eyes cannot see. If certain people make your energy feel heavy, trust that feeling. If situations begin to feel strange or emotionally draining, do not ignore the warning inside you. Not every person around you truly supports your growth. Some people become uncomfortable when they see a chosen one rising because your healing exposes their darkness. Your confidence threatens those who benefited from your weakness. That is why spiritual danger often comes through emotional manipulation, distractions, and toxic energy instead of obvious attacks. The most important thing for you right now is protecting your peace and staying focused on your purpose. Do not allow temporary emotions to destroy the future waiting for you. This Sunday is not here to break you. It is here to reveal your strength. You are being tested because your spirit is preparing to enter a new chapter of power, wisdom, and transformation. The attacks are proof that something greater is waiting ahead, and once you overcome this moment, you will never be the same again. Chosen one, one of the greatest dangers you face right now is not coming from strangers, but from hidden enemies disguised as familiar faces. The closer you move toward your purpose, the more certain people begin to react to your energy. Some people cannot handle watching you heal, grow, and become stronger, because your transformation reminds them of everything they refuse to fix within themselves. They may smile in your face, support you with words, and pretend to celebrate your success, but deep inside, jealousy and insecurity are quietly growing. Not everyone around you wants to see you rise. Some people were comfortable only when you were broken, confused, and emotionally weak. Toxic people are dangerous because they rarely reveal their true intentions immediately. Instead, they slowly drain your energy through negativity, manipulation, guilt, and emotional confusion. They know exactly how to trigger old wounds inside you. They remind you of painful memories, pull you back into unhealthy habits, and make you question the progress you fought so hard to achieve. The enemy understands that if they cannot destroy a chosen one directly, they will attempt to weaken them emotionally. That is why distractions suddenly appear when your breakthrough is near. Old relationships return. Temptations become stronger. Drama increases without reason. Conflicts begin to surround you. These distractions are designed to pull your focus away from your destiny. Jealousy also plays a powerful role in spiritual attacks against chosen ones. Some people secretly compare their lives to yours every single day. They notice your peace returning, your confidence growing, and your energy becoming stronger. Even when you stay humble, your light naturally exposes darkness around you, and instead of healing themselves, certain people choose to compete with you silently. They speak negatively behind your back, plant seeds of doubt in your mind, and try to keep you trapped in old versions of yourself. They fear your growth because once you fully awaken to your power, they lose the ability to control or influence you. This is why protecting your energy has become necessary. You cannot keep allowing everyone access to your spirit. Not every conversation deserves your attention, and not every connection deserves another chance. Some people only return to your life to see if they still have emotional control over you. But you must remember how hard you fought to escape those painful cycles. Do not allow loneliness, guilt, or temporary emotions to reopen doors that nearly destroyed your peace before. The chosen one's greatest strength is awareness. Once you recognize manipulation, jealousy, and toxic energy clearly, their power over you begins to disappear. Your spirit was not created to remain trapped in confusion and emotional chaos. You were meant to rise above it, protect your peace, and continue moving toward the powerful destiny waiting ahead of you. Chosen one, in times like this, your greatest protection is not outside of you. It is already within you. Your intuition is not random emotion or overthinking. It is your inner warning system, the part of your spirit that senses danger before it becomes visible. When something feels off, When a person's energy suddenly changes, or when a situation brings unexplained heaviness, that is your intuition speaking clearly. The mistake many chosen ones make is ignoring that inner voice just to maintain comfort or avoid conflict. But every time intuition is ignored, lessons become harder. This is why learning to trust yourself fully is not optional anymore. It is survival. Protecting your peace means becoming intentional about what you allow into your mind and heart. Not every opinion deserves your attention. Not every message needs a response. Not every emotional reaction deserves action. Peace is fragile when it is constantly exposed to chaos, toxic conversations, and draining environments. This is why distance becomes necessary at times. Some people do not bring stability into your life. They bring confusion, emotional pressure, and unnecessary stress. If something consistently disrupts your calm, it is not meant to stay close to your spirit. Your peace is a sacred space, and once it is disturbed, everything else in your life begins to feel unstable. Avoiding negative influences is not about isolation. It is about protection. Energy is transferable, and chosen ones absorb the emotional environment around them very deeply. If you stay too long around negativity, you begin to carry it without realizing it. That is why you must be careful about who you listen to, who you share your plans with, and who has access to your vulnerable moments. Not everyone deserves to understand your journey, because not everyone has good intentions toward your growth. Some people will speak doubt into your dreams simply because they cannot see what you are becoming. Spiritual discipline is what keeps you grounded during pressure. It is the ability to stay focused even when emotions are loud, to remain calm when situations feel overwhelming, and to continue moving forward even when nothing seems clear. Discipline means not reacting impulsively, not falling back into old habits, and not allowing temporary feelings to control permanent decisions. Pressure will always increase before breakthroughs, but discipline ensures you do not collapse under it. It keeps you aligned when everything around you tries to pull you off your path. In this season, your intuition, peace, awareness, and discipline are your strongest shields. When you protect these four things, no external pressure can easily shake your direction or block what is meant for you. Chosen one, the struggles you have been going through are not signs of weakness or failure. They are evidence that your life carries a deeper purpose. Ordinary paths do not require extraordinary resistance, but your journey has never been ordinary. Every challenge you faced, every betrayal that hurt you, every moment of confusion, and every season of loneliness was shaping something inside you that cannot be built through comfort. These experiences were not meant to break you. They were meant to reveal what you are made of. When a chosen one is destined for something powerful, life often responds with pressure, not because you are being punished, but because you are being prepared. Pressure is what strengthens what is already valuable within you. Just like fire refines gold, your difficulties are refining your character, your awareness, and your emotional strength. You may not have understood it in the moment, but every test you survived added another layer of wisdom to your spirit. Every time you stood back up after being knocked down, you became harder to break. The truth is, not everyone is meant to understand your journey while you are in it. Some people will only recognize your strength after you have already overcome what they thought would destroy you. That is why your silence during struggles is powerful. Even when no one claps for you, even when no one sees the battles you fight alone, your endurance is still building a future that others cannot imagine. Your pain is not wasted. Your tears are not meaningless. They are part of the transformation that is turning you into someone stronger, wiser, and more aligned with your destiny. Surviving these tests is what leads to awakening. Awakening is the moment you realize that nothing you went through was random, and nothing you lost was truly a setback. Instead, everything was redirecting you toward your real path. You begin to see people differently, situations more clearly, and yourself with deeper understanding. You stop reacting from pain and start responding from wisdom. That shift is powerful because it marks the beginning of emotional and spiritual freedom. With awakening comes strength, not just physical or emotional strength, but inner strength that cannot be easily shaken. You stop depending on external validation. You stop fearing isolation. You stop returning to cycles that once harmed you. Instead, you move with clarity, purpose, and confidence in your direction. And as this strength grows, so does your ability to rise above distractions, negativity, and anything that once held you back. Eventually, this leads to unstoppable personal growth, growth that cannot be reversed, ignored, or taken away. You evolve into someone who understands their worth, protects their energy, and walks with quiet confidence. The struggles that once felt overwhelming become proof of how far you have come. And one day you will look back and realize that everything you survived was preparing you for a life you were always meant to live.